Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this Friday morning, getting ready for a big weekend in the outdoors. I know a lot of y'all planning on doing all kinds of things. Just stay cool. Don't get too hot. But it's going to be looks like a nice weekend. We'll have showers popping up, but it's going to be a good weekend to get outdoors. And also, if you're walking in the woods now, watch out for rattlesnakes. Gail won't let me walk in the woods. I want to walk in the woods this weekend. She won't let me, but I don't need to. Let's take a look at our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and the company up there in Southport. High today, 90, low 77. So it's a little bit cooler tonight than it was the night before last. Water temperature, we're looking at the water temperature at the pier, 87 degrees. It's just been warm. That warm current has been here, it's been strong as far as bringing in some fish, also bringing in some weeds, but we're on our fishing report later, we're going to tell you what's going on. Our river reading brought to us by Mountain Dew, on the outdoors with Mountain Dew. We're looking at Apalachicola Bluntstown as 11 foot this morning, 11 foot, and the Choctawhatchee at Caryville is at 10 foot. Both rivers are in double digits, but the Choctawhatchee is not doing much, and the Apalachicola, well, it's going to be rising again. So both rivers are going to be high for the weekend. Okay, let's look at our wind direction. Well, the tide chart. Strong tides. Kent Forest Lawn brings this to us. It's high tide this morning at 9 a.m. and low tide at 8:16 tonight. So it's going to be falling out all day, but this morning is going to be a really good tide to fish the high water as it goes into the marsh areas. Okay, the wind direction south-southeast at 8 to 10. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So glad you're with us this morning, getting ready to be giving away some seafood and all kinds of things, getting ready for a big weekend coming up in the outdoors. But first, let's talk about this right here. Today now, run down or either get online. The Buffalo Rock is having their career fair. This is a big deal now. You can really get a good job down here working with these folks. You can check it out online, but from 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock, run down there on Sherman Avenue if you're in the neighborhood or in town or close by, or either call them up, or get them online there and check out. They've got some good openings. They pay well, got great benefits and all. So I just wanted to mention that to you and move on. Speaking of making announcements and all, I want to make a couple of more announcements too. We always try to promote really good things. In the Bent Rod Fishing Club, J.B. Hillard and his group up there, tomorrow they're having a sponsored promotion. Tony Biggett is a guest speaker. Tony is sponsored by all these folks here, lives up in that area, and Bass Pro Shop sends them over. It's free, open to the public. This is tomorrow at 10:30. We'll be at McLean's Family Steakhouse right there off I-10 on where 331, right off there. You can't miss it. And he's going to be talking about techniques, fishing tackle, fishing gear, and lunch is available there. So a lot of good sponsors. So anyway, that's tomorrow now. This is a big promotion. I appreciate the Bent Rod Fishing Club doing this for the folks in the area, and Tony for stepping up there and doing it too. So now the other thing too, this is tomorrow, but next Saturday, I've had several people inquire about this. Make sure it'll get the right date. The Survival Expo up here, at the first time they're doing it this way, the Panhandle Pioneer Settlement up here, like I said, in Bluntstown, is next Saturday from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and it's like $8. But look at the classes: cheese making, soap making. You can read them: ham radio, beekeeping, heirloom seeds. I'm going to try to make it up there and really see some of this stuff because this is really interesting stuff. So this is really exciting. They're doing this, and I appreciate the effort all these folks put, and it really helps us as outdoor people and all. Now, also, we're going to wish a happy birthday to Dominic Peck. His birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Dominic. Okay, the fishing Dominic, look at here. He's excited about that. This is Jeff's son, Dominic, and I know they're going to have a big party tomorrow, and Dominic, a lot of times he comes in here and sits with us during the show, but I know he loves to fish. So happy birthday, young man. I also got a picture just sent in, I got it yesterday. They went fishing, Tom Martin went fishing on the Making Memories boat, and they had this is out of St. Andrews. Check this out. You talking about a fine trip. The charter is a family tradition. At the top left-hand corner, that's Captain Darrell Keys and Captain LaBurl Raphael. So that's where the name Family Tradition. The Raphael's one of the very early families in the Florida Panhandle. But you're talking about a fine catch. Check it. Let's see. Check it out right here. We got a picture here. Got that picture there. Folks, look at those snapper. It's just been look at all those fish they caught. Now, that is one fine trip out of St. Andrews, and good job. Thank you, Tom Martin, for sending that. I know y'all had a really good time. The biggest thing, let me also show you what's going on. A lot of times on the fishing report, talking about bridge fishing, and one of my favorite bridges I like to mention is fishing off the East Point Bridge, or the old bridge right there that would go to St. George Island, and it's good fishing on both ends of it. And we were able to get some pictures, or someone shared some pictures. Now this time of year bridge fishing is a little challenging, and but you saw yesterday we were talking about catching those really big drum off of it. But here's some pictures coming straight out of Pierfish, East Point side. Okay, here I'm going to show a series of pictures, and that's the bridge there in the background. So you're looking sort of west now. You're standing on the East Point side. Behind you is the St. George Island Bridge. So this is a bridge. I've been on it before and talked about it and showed you some fish off of it. Just a variety of fish being caught by different folks. It's just fun sitting out there catching a little sheephead like that. Now that's some good eating right there. Okay, spade fish. Now you can see they're looking back toward the mainland here, and there's the other bridge to the left. So you sort of get your bearings on it. And look at here. First thing I noticed, he's in the shade. So if you can, take us some shade out there. Okay. And one more, and that's some great bait right there. I can promise you can catch some shark with that bait right there. Okay, so anyway, want to touch base and let you know what's going on with the bridge fishing in different places. Like I say, it's challenging this time of year, but you go early and get that tide moving, and you catch some of that little bait fishing off. It's very enjoyable. The big thing about bridge fishing, sort of walk around. If you get tired of sitting this way, you can move around and all. Bridge fishing is fun. I've done it before. It's just enjoyable. Okay, let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Okay, I want to show this picture here. Welcome back. This is a good one. This is Chris Kramer. He talked to Dad. He talked to Dad Bill. Let's get on the boat. And so we got Bill Kramer on the boat. And look here. He's headed out there. Good to see the captain on the boat, and he's out there with the grandkids. That's a good shot there. Bill Kramer and his family, and I'm glad they're on the water. Now let's go with something really that was always special, something pleasant or something unpleasant. Drew Pollard, who does our weather, sponsor our weather, he posted this past weekend. He's on a nice lease up there north of Vernon, and they've had some stolen property. Some of the people stole some of the stuff. It's crazy. I wrote some notes. It was on Douglas Ferry Road and Highway 99. They stole this right here. They stole this camper. Check this out. This little homemade camper was ideal. You got your, haul your dogs, or you can sleep in it, or haul all your stuff. This is stolen from the lease. And then they tried to steal the golf cart, and they were not able to. The golf cart locked up on them. And they also stole two tree stands and a Spartan game camera. And the lease, like I say, is on Douglas Ferry Road and Highway 79, north of Vernon. It's back in that area. Now the neighbor, I wrote down what the neighbor saw: a man and a woman and a smaller red four-wheeler, and he saw them pulling the golf cart. He wasn't sure what was going on, but the golf cart locked up, and I think they had just abandoned it right there and left. and this was last weekend. So if you see anything where the golf cart they were able to save, but you see a camper like that, or somebody bragging about they got a new tree stand or something like that, y'all get a hold of Drew Pollard, and that's just, you just hate to see that. And anyway, I want to move on. I've got, this is really cool, talking about fishing. I was looking at the FWC website the other night, and I wanted to bring what they do with a 13-pound. If you catch a 13-pound bass in Florida, you actually make what they call the Hall of Fame. And it's really good stuff. And I started looking at the traits of it, and let me see if I can find it now. Anyway, you can really, let's see, back up here. You can really get honored by doing that. But anyway, I can't find it, but I would do it. But anyway, I tell you, let's go move on to the next thing I want to talk about. Well, I was talking about, being a Panhandle outdoors, really being a Panhandle outdoorsman. And like I say, you don't have to live here long before you sort of caught up in it. And let me see. Okay. I've got so much stuff here, and as the week has progressed, I've actually, okay, let's go back. I did find this. I got 2 or 3 things to do. We'll do the Panhandle Outdoors Man on Monday show. But let's do the Hall of Fame catches per county, okay? This is on their website. This is where the 13-plus pound bass, if you catch it, you can make the Hall of Fame in Florida. And these are the counties. Look where, one surprised me. I knew it was going to be Polk County, that Central Florida area. That's in red, okay? That's 15-plus Hall of Fame. I mean, that's second place. But the top one, top right-hand corner, guess what that is? You think that's the St. Johns River? There's some big bass. I mean, that's huge. And then Lochaway County, I fished that area, Ocala. And let's go over to the Panhandle. Bay, Jackson, and Holmes have had a Hall of Fame catch. So I just thought that was cool. Well, how about the water depth? This is research that the FWC has done. They asked a question when they caught them. The water depth, most of them were caught at 5 to 10 feet of water, and hardly anything caught not very much caught in deep water. So 5 to 10 foot. And then the second place was less than 10 foot. I thought that was cool. How about what month do you catch a trophy bass in? First of all, remember the trophy bass, let's do it on this one, it's better. The trophy bass is always going to be a female. The female is the largest. I mean, there's no male or trophy bass, but the females are, of course, February and March. Okay, we know what's going on then. They're spawning and they're full of eggs. And the Hall of Fame is in blue, and the green is just all the ones caught as far as the trophy registration. But you can see the big month for that. Okay, what about the moon? What is the moon doing? What about the full moon? Okay, I'm talking about full, the dark moon, and nothing going on. The full moon. So both of those has a lot of action. And in the half moon, I thought it'd be more on the waxing moon, but it's not. It's pretty well spread out on that. Weather conditions, mainly just good fishing days. A lot of times this is determined by the people when they go fishing. Clear skies, no wind. See, I thought it'd be more cloudy days too, but cloudy is in like second place. So clear and cloudy is pretty close. But I thought this is really good bass fishing kind of stuff. What about what day of the week? Sunday, catching them on Sunday first, and Saturday is second. Okay, I thought that was cool. I got a couple more. What time of day? How about the afternoon? See, I thought dawn would be a lot better, but you look at there, dawn is in last place. Morning, now regular morning after dawn is in second place, and midday's third. So that was cool. And okay, the big thing here, the plastic worm catches 41% of the Hall of Fame bass, and then the other 30% is soft plastic. So, I always thought of top water, but look, top water is almost in last place. The old jitterbug and all. And then it says the average drive was 92 miles for the fisherman. He drove 92 miles, and the longest distance someone drove down here 824 miles to Florida to catch a trophy bass. And most of them fish just to provide data right there. So anyway, that is Anyway, that was the website, how Florida's biggest bass were caught, and that's where it came from. But I thought that was really interesting as far as getting out scientific data for those 13-pound bass. I also wrote this down. The longest bass was 30.5 inches. Can you imagine a 30.5-inch bass? And then the biggest girth, the widest girth, went 25 inches. So that's a record in Florida as far as the sizes of the bass. So anyway, I want to share that information with you. Thought you'd enjoy it. Let's get to our drawings. Speaking of enjoying something, I know you're going to enjoy doing this. Winning a $25 gift certificate to Los Angeles, and the winner is all the way from Panama City Beach, Delane Bourne. Okay, the second $25 one is going to be all the way from Weewall, Carol Stringfellow. Okay, and now a $20 gift certificate on the fish of your choice, or shrimp or whatever, and it's going to be from Alpha Andy James. And the big red snapper, he saw the big red snapper. It's been a great summer on catching red snapper. All right, so you can still catch them. And from Panama City Beach, Lorraine Jones. So we have Panama City Beach, Weewall, and Alpha. 2 Panama City Beach folks. Okay, that's our winners today. Touch base with me, and I'll mail the cards to you. And then go down to Top Rock Seafood and ask for Clay. And Clay will take care of you. Let's take our break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our famous Friday fishing forecast based on the reports we get during the course of the week from various places. And I want to, again, I don't need to say anything about offshore red snapper, but also talking about nearshore. You see, we've gone from red snapper to the mahi-mahi, and that has been very prevalent this past week, and really this past weekend, and going into last week, they started catching a lot of mahi. And you catch those by fishing the grass lines, and once you get them and all, and they fight fish. Once you get around them, you can sort of leave one in the water, and the little smaller ones that come up, and it's just a lot of fun catching mahi. Good tasting, a lot of fish tacos are mahi. In fact, if you go get a fish taco today at Los Angeles, you'll get a mahi taco. Okay. Now let's. One other thing that's going on too, the big bull reds. I want to mention this right here in the pass. The big bull reds on this outgoing is strong. Folks, the tide today and tomorrow is super strong. I mean, look on the chart. I don't know if you saw it earlier, but we just had some really strong tide. We've talked about it before. You catch big bull reds when it's pouring out of here, and also up here around the Hathaway Bridge here, some big bull reds are being caught. And again, you want to try to use some live bait, and you sort of get away from the pilings and fish back into it. And what they're doing is simple. They're just sitting there at the bridge spans, and those barnacles breaking off and little fish coming by. They just have their mouth open and just sort of whatever's coming by. And also some diving plugs, they've caught them on that. So the captains are doing a good job. And if you have somebody that wants to come into town and catch something like that, you can do it from the rocks, I said, but it's a challenge. But you might want to get with one of these inshore captains and tell them you want to catch some of the bull reds this time of year. Also, I want to mention the bite over here in Choctawhatchee Bay has been really good. The freshwater bite in Black Creek, I got some really good, I got a couple of pictures from Black Creek of some good freshwater fishing out of Black Creek. And if you get a chance, go tomorrow and get around those guys at Bent Rod Fishing Club, and they'll share, they may not share a spot with you, but they'll share how to catch them and where to, in general, to go. And the redfish has been good in Choctawhatchee Bay, real good fishing. Come in West Bay, you saw the drum bite. We had the drum bite on yesterday in the West Bay, right here at the West Bay Bridge. Okay, catching those big drum right in this area here. It's been a good bite. Okay, let's move on now. Let's go from again in the feeder creeks here is going to be good. Early morning, late afternoon bite has been good. I talked to a guy, showed me some really good pictures out of West Bay and also in North Bay. And it starts getting crowded as you go through St. Andrew Bay. The East Bay bite has been really strong. Again, you can fish for, you can see every time you go over to Tender Bridge, you see people sort of fishing and they're closer to the channels, they're fishing for some of those bull reds right there. Pearl Bayou, we don't talk about it a lot. It's not as crowded as it used to be, but that campground now is bringing in a lot of people. So Pearl Bayou has some trout in it, but mainly the best fishing in the East Bay is going to be up here on this end. We'll talk about it quite regularly. The trout bite here and we're going to have I'm going to get Bill Allen to come on maybe next Wednesday. We're going to talk about some of that. And I know Mayor Greg Brudnick has had some good trips here to East Bay lately, so we're going to share those. Let's go on down to St. Joe Bay. St. Joe Bay, they're catching. You can put in the Highland View Bridge, and you can fish several areas here. Again, the trout bite has been really strong around Town Beach. Really good fishing there. You're going to have to, if you get over here to the flounder bite is decent right there in these channels right here around Black's Island. Okay, that's going to be good. And then of course fishing anywhere along these flats here, coming along the peninsula here to the point. And then the king mackerel bite. I haven't heard a lot of reports. The king mackerel bite's been a little bit slow right now. I hope it's going to be picking up because we're going down to Carabel soon, and we want to be catching some king mackerel. But I haven't heard a lot on reports. Indian Pass again. Is a great place to go on the outgoing tide. You can fish for flounder out there, and it's just a good place to go. Okay, moving on over here to St. George Island. I'm starting to get a lot of reports from St. George Island. A lot of folks there doing some surf fishing. All the grass is still bad, but you can wade again on the backside. Some folks they did catch a few pompano this week out of St. George Island. Going on down to East Point, you saw the bridge catch from East Point, and again going down on the backside of Dog Island. It'd be good for trout and redfish. So that's in general what's going on. The freshwater bite has been. The brim bite has been really good. You saw the bass fishing in last week's tournament, the Liberty County fishing tournament. You saw it. Out of those 37 boats, almost all those boats had a good catch of bass. And remember, they let a lot of them go. But the river, the upper end of the river, with the big cliffs and all, is in good shape. It was just so refreshing to go and be around those folks that are catching those fish up there. And we had a good time up there. So, got to wrap it up. We're going to. Hope you have some good plans for the weekend. You still do some late afternoon fishing. The days are still good and long. It's cooling off. Just sort of stay out of the thunderstorms. You have a great weekend. Do something good today for your fellow man. Enjoy the great outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.